Oh man, business has been tough recently. I've made so many mistakes. There's been a lot of things that have not been right, and I've learned a lot of lessons. So I just wanted to have a really candid conversation with you today, just talking about what I've learned recently. So we're gonna go for a bit of a drive, maybe I'll grab a drink and we'll park up and have a chat. Man, this car, it's so nice on these roads. Potholes, they're insane. You have to like proper do some swerving. So as I alluded to, there's been some like crazy things that's happened in like the business in the last month or like couple of months. So I just thought I'd take this time today just to have that bit more of a casual chat and just really sort of fill in what's been going on and the lessons that I've learned. So one of the main things that's really been troubling me in the business recently is that as like we're going with scale and growing more, the margins are really going down. So we're looking at everything to sort of fix that. And one of the big things that I've secured is actually changing business units. So I've literally been able to find somewhere that's going to save me nearly 2/3 on my rent costs. Hopefully all goes well, we should be in there around October time. It's the 2nd of August today as I'm filming this, so a couple of months off yet, but you know, that's seriously going to add some profit to the bottom line. Along with this, that I'll allude to later in the video, but yeah, profit margins being tight has been a big challenge, and I've really worked hard over the last sort of 3 months or so, I'd say, to really start moving these back up and, you know, trying to keep on top of the fixed costs. But actually it's also about growing the gross profit. And for me, the issue wasn't my gross profit, it was that gap between the gross and the net. And now it's just getting that net up slightly higher towards where the gross is, because the gross profit margin is still very healthy within the business. So the hardest thing actually about business recently is I had to like let my first employee go. I've had someone quit on me before, like my very first employee that I hired. He was like one of my best friends at the time, and he kind of quit after a couple of months with no notice, as I alluded to in one of my previous videos. But yeah, I had to let someone go recently. It just wasn't a good fit, and that was hard. I think I gave them really good terms for leaving, and they were happy with it, but it's not easy. I don't think it's ever going to be easy to let someone go, but I think it was in everyone's best interest to do it, and like it was definitely worth doing. I'm happy that I'd done it. It was just, as I said, it's hard, you know, but with each hard thing there's definitely 10 great things about running the business. So one of the things for me has been that my partner has come and joined me in the business part-time now. So she's coming and helping out, and she's helping run like the business management side of things, because she's done similar sort of jobs before. So that's really good, and that's going to be great for the business and for me, because that frees me up to do different things. Like hence why you've seen me starting to create some more content now and upload more regularly. It's because of stuff like this. Now another like absolutely massive thing has been I actually hit in July the record month on Amazon ever, and this is in July. We're in the middle of the year, so I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in December. So just for a bit of context for anyone that's sort of new and doesn't know much about my story, so I started my proper brand that I'm mostly focused on now 2 years ago, and then about a year ago I started my European expansion and some other bits along the way. So, you know, expanding my business worldwide. We now have stock over a good portion of the world. There's definitely more expansion to come, and that will definitely come with time. I'm hoping sort of within the next 12 months we'll capture the rest of the decent sized marketplaces. But this has been hard. I think I definitely went in a bit too quick with my expansion last year. I was trying to like get into every marketplace at once, and by doing that I kind of didn't have enough stock or anything in like any one marketplace, so they all kind of suffered. Whereas like if I just sort of focused on one at a time, maybe it would have been easier. But then again, the business is absolutely booming and we're doing really well, and revenue is growing so well. Gross profit is growing with that, but as I sort of alluded to, as the scale has sort of come, that net profit hasn't quite been following the same trend, which is why another thing that I've been working on, and finally after 4 months I've placed my first order with China. So for those of you who don't know, a lot of my products are 3D printed, and we do that in-house here in the UK at my warehouse. So I have 2 business units, and we've got the warehouse and we've got more like the office one, my studio. That's sort of what I work from there. So we're outsourcing basically our best selling product. And whilst for this first order, my cost of goods is actually going to rise by about 20 pence per unit. So it is a considerable cost. But actually, if you then factor in the rent, the staffing costs, and all those extra little bits, it's probably only going to be sort of 5p extra per unit once you've factored in literally everything. So actually it's a very, very similar cost, and I know I can get that cost down over the next few orders as I increase the quantity that I'll be ordering, and also just building better relationships, looking for different suppliers, getting more quotes. For me, it was this big step of outsourcing this first product, this first order, and then we can sort of go from there to really grow, scale, and improve those profit margins further. So then again, down the product route, I'm working on a new range of premium products for the business, and this is going really well. I started off looking at one sort of material, and I've actually changed completely to a completely different material that I didn't even think of. And this is just from testing and seeing what works, because what I thought would work originally actually really didn't look that good. So I just gave some other sort of material a sort of go and got the sample in quite quickly, luckily, and it actually worked really, really well. So I'm really happy with that. I've got all my designs and everything ready to go, and I'm super happy with it. I just need to get the final few bits in place. Like one of them, like it's a big product, so one of the things I need to sort out is the packaging. So that's not easy when the product you're selling in one dimension on its biggest side is over 1 meter long. So it's pretty big, but as I said, it's a premium product that we're hoping to charge up to sort of like 10 times the price of our current range. So it's just going to be a game changer for the business. It will definitely drive revenue, and I think it will drive profit margins in the longer term. Well, I say longer term. By longer term, I mean 6 to 12 months. I think the profit margins will really be driven up with this more premium product. So I'm going to be doing some test orders with them, and probably starting off by doing some limited edition runs of maybe like 100, couple hundred units, just to really test that market. I know I can sell it. I know there's the customer base out there for it, but I just really want to test it first before going all in, spending tens and tens of thousands on the stock that will be needed to really fulfill the demand that I know is going to be there. Just getting that test order in, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and also getting that customer feedback. You know, is my pricing going to be right? Are my images going to be right? Is the way I've decided to design the product, is that going to be right? Obviously, I've worked hard to get this as accurate as I can, and my best thoughts around it and from other people. But actually the best way to test it is just test the actual market and have customers buy it. So this is why I want to do that sort of limited edition run, gather some feedback, and then go in with a lot more knowledge. And I also just want to put this out there that this is why having a personal brand is so powerful. So my Instagram, I have about 60,000 followers currently. I can easily post a story that gets 10,000 views, and then I can just go and post a poll on there. And on that poll, I will get like maybe 6,000 to 8,000 votes on a 10,000 view story. And like, it's just such a good indicator of like how to approach a certain part of these new products. So it is an absolute game changer to have that brand. Even if it's like your own branded content, a personal brand, I don't think it really matters. If you can get people to view your Instagram story, is absolutely crazy. What it can do for testing things within your business. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, Amazon, best month ever last month. TikTok Shop done very well as well. So TikTok Shop, we had our best month since March. So we had a few months of slight decline, but this is the same pattern that I've actually had last year as well. So I started selling on TikTok Shop around July, I think it was, 2 years ago, so in 2023. The start of the year, Q1 is actually really strong for the business. Q2 is then the quietest quarter. Q3 things pick back up, and then obviously Q4 is crazy. So yeah, TikTok Shop is back up at the start of Q3. I can't believe we're already nearly halfway through Q3 already. This year is absolutely flying by. But yeah, TikTok Shop is doing really well. Really happy with that. Been working on the strategy very hard over there, making sure I'm utilizing the targeted creator plans, improving my GMV Max campaigns, because for those of you who don't know, I think it's next month now that TikTok Shop is going to be exclusive GMV Max. You won't be able to run the traditional Spark ads. So GMV Max, there's a lot more to it than I first thought. There's a lot more you can do with it. I thought it was very much a set and forget when I first started GMV Max, but there is a lot more to it. And one thing I definitely recommend for anyone that's running GMV Max is reach out to your ads account manager. you need to get speaking to them, because actually from the calls that I have with my ads account manager, every time I'm just learning something new, and it really helps push the business forward and make sure those ads are running profitably. Of course, affiliates with TikTok Shop are the best thing, and affiliates have been a massive driver for revenue last month, which is why it's done so well. Own page content has been solid, as it always is. Own page content on a quiet month will usually do sort of 60% of revenue, but on a month like July, we're looking more sort of like 30-40%, where the revenue is much higher and growing much more because of the affiliates. The one thing I always say is that these affiliates do it as their full-time job, and if they're actually worth their weight, then they'll be going out looking at how do they make better videos to sell more products, just like we would as e-commerce owners. Say like you're looking, how do you improve your conversion rate by 0.5% on Shopify, or how can you make your listing or images better than your competitors on Amazon? If these content creators on TikTok are actually worth it, then they'll be doing the same sort of things for their field in TikTok Shop videos. So actually finding these affiliates and working closely with them and making sure they are actually making better videos is actually so worth it. It's insane looking at some of the affiliates that I've working with a year ago, and the quality of videos they are making now is crazy. I think I've been one of the brands that have helped some of these creators turn this into a full-time job, because if I look a year ago, there's one person I was looking at in particular. I remember they were posting for me around this time last year and doing some good sales, and that's really what sort of started their page doing well. And now they're showing their face on their page, and they're doing so much more. They're posting multiple videos across different brands, granted, every day, but it's clear that it is their full-time income now. And the amount of money they're making off that page is really good. Obviously, you can sort of see some analytics within the affiliate section to get a good idea of this. It's a really cool feeling knowing that actually my products are helping someone create that much money for themselves and create that freedom and escape what I could only assume was a job that they had before they started doing this. So yeah, that's sort of a rough sort of sum up of the business recently. We've got lots of exciting things coming. It's mainly now, we're in August, so it's building for Q4, making sure we're taking time now, because everyone's sleeping, they're going on their holidays, they're relaxing, they're chilling for the month of August. So this is the time to go double hard and really get that growth that compounds. I always say the best time to work is when everyone else is not working. So for me, I always make sure I work a bank holiday. If you work, say, a week worth of bank holidays over the year, you compound that, and you're probably a month ahead of everyone else by the end of the year when you're working those early bank holidays, because growth and effort always compounds. It's never just that you've worked, say, one extra day than your competition by working a weekend, by working a bank holiday. It compounds over the course of a year or years, and it really, that is what is going to set you ahead, especially in the early stages of business. Like for me, I'm 4 years nearly into business, and I'm 2 years just over into my brand. So for me, I still feel like I'm in the early days. I think I need to get at least 5 years of proper business experience behind me before I can think about other sort of things. And this is why it's just foot on the gas all the time at the minute. Don't let up, and just keep chasing those dreams and keep going for it. But yeah, big month. All in all, everything's moving in the right direction. I'm super excited for what's coming with the business. And of course, if you are trying to scale your own TikTok shop or Amazon brand, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments what videos do you want to see in the future. And if you actually want help actually starting your TikTok shop, especially if you're an Amazon brand owner, then check out this video that I made to help with exactly that.